On a game show stage, shows Phil Hartman in a suit who says, "Hello and welcome to Syllable Slapfest. I'm your host, Jeffrey Epstein." The crowd boos. Hartman, mind you, my first name begins with a G, not a J. I have never brought celebrities to an island, and I, of course, didn't kill myself. Anyway, here on Syllable Slapfest, our two contestants are competing for cash prizes, which they will receive every time they correctly answer one of our questions about how many syllables a certain word has. However, every time they answer incorrectly, they'll be slapped in the face by our game strongman, Boris Shashensky. Shows John Belushi dressed in all black, sitting in a chair with his arms folded, who says, "I can't wait to slap dummies who don't know how to pronounce correctly." Hartman, very good. Now let's meet our contestants. Shows Gilda Radner and a nervous Chris Farley standing behind podiums. Hartman, our first contestant is Rose Bush, a kindergarten teacher and mother of two. Welcome, Rose. Radner, hi, Jeffrey Epstein. The crowd boos. Hartman, Jeff is just fine. And our second contestant is Harry Bush, a fireman, and I assume no relation to our first contestant? Farley, ha! No, we were laughing about it backstage, but my last name Bush has a C in it. Hartman, as opposed to having a D in the bush, am I right? The crowd groans. Hartman, I hate this audience. Anyway, Farley raises his hand. Hartman, yes, Harry? Farley, I didn't know we could get slapped. I really don't want to be slapped. I'm just looking for extra money for my family. Hartman, well, then you better answer the questions correctly. Now let's get started. Rose, how many syllables are in the word rocket? Radner, 2? Ding, ding. Hartman, that's correct, and you get $100. Now on to you, Harry. How many syllables are in the word tired? Farley claps his hands together twice and says, 2. Tired. Hartman, sorry, that answer's incorrect. The answer is 1 syllable. Belushi stands up, approaches Farley, and slaps him in the face. As Belushi sits back down, Farley says, ow, that really hurt. I mean really hurt. Hartman, it's supposed to hurt as these questions are very easy. Farley, but you have to clap twice. Tired. Hartman, nope, tired is just 1 syllable. Moving back to Rose, how many syllables are in the word rope? Radner, 1? Ding, ding. Hartman, that's correct. You add another $200 to your total. Okay, Harry, how many syllables are in the word smile? Farley claps his hands together twice and says, smile. 2. Hartman, I'm sorry, Harry, but that's another incorrect answer. The correct answer is 1 syllable. Farley, oh, God, come on. Do I have to get slapped again? Hartman, that's the game. Belushi stands up, approaches Farley, and slaps him in the face. Farley's face is visibly red, and he says, can I just give up now? Maybe I just don't understand syllables. Smile sounds like it has 2 syllables to me. Hartman, no, that wouldn't be fair to the audience. Now, Rose, your word is electricity. Radner claps her hands together 5 times and says, 5? Ding, ding. Hartman, that's correct. You win another $500 to add to your total. Now, Harry, Farley, I really don't want to go again. Hartman, but you must, and your word is entirely. Farley claps his hands together 4 times and says, 4. Hartman, I'm sorry, but that's incorrect. The correct answer is 3 syllables. As Belushi stands up, Farley ducks under his podium and yells, isn't it enough that I don't get the money? Hartman, it's not just about the money. It's also about the sadistic pleasure the audience derives from the slapping. Now stand up and take your medicine. Farley, entirely. The answer should be 4. Hartman, according to the dictionary, it's 3. Now, Boris, do what you have to do. Belushi takes out a baseball bat and completely smashes the podium Farley is hiding behind. Shows Farley crouching, who says, "Anti-early." You can hear how it's 4 syllables, can't you, Boris? Belushi drops the bat, lifts Farley to his feet, and slaps Farley so hard that Farley crashes into Radnor's podium and falls onto the floor. Hartman. Well, Rose wins the game by default with $800 as her opponent is out cold. Join us again next time on Syllable Slapfest and Dead from the Earth, We're Not Alive. It's Saturday Night Alive, starring John Belushi, Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, Jan Hooks, Norm MacDonald, Gilda Radner, Denitra Vance, and with many other special deceased contributors. Musical guest, Laura Lynch, and your host, George Kennedy. Everybody, George Kennedy. Applause, applause, applause. Shows Kennedy on stage who says, "Thank you, thank you. I was an actor who appeared in more than 100 film and television productions. I played Dragline opposite Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke, winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for the role." Applause, applause, applause. Kennedy. I also was in a lot of comedic roles, such as Ed in the Naked Gun trilogy, and I hosted Saturday Night Live during its 7th season in 1981. And in the cold open, Paul Newman comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Newman approaches Kennedy and takes a swing at him. Kennedy. I told you to stay down, Luke. Kennedy punches Newman, who falls down. Kennedy. Now, where was I? Newman gets up and takes another swing at Kennedy. Kennedy. Not now, Luke. I'm in the middle of my monologue. Kennedy punches Newman, sending him down to the ground again. Kennedy. Talk about a failure to communicate, am I right? So anyway, Leslie Nielsen comes out, taps Kennedy on the shoulder and says, "Come on, Ed. We got a case to solve." Kennedy. I said stay down. Kennedy turns around and punches Nielsen, who falls to the ground on top of Newman. Kennedy. Oh, sorry about that, Frank. Wrong movie. Anyway, I hosted SNL, and during the monologue, Newman gets up again and swings at Kennedy from behind. Kennedy. Not now, Frank. Newman turns Kennedy around and punches him in the face. Kennedy then punches Newman in the face, sending him down again. Kennedy turns back towards the audience and says, "Okay, folks, this may take a while. Old Cool Hand Luke never gives up. But we have a great show tonight. Laura Lynch of the Dixie Chicks is here, so get ready for some wide open spaces." Newman gets up and takes a swing at Kennedy. Kennedy punches Newman back down to the ground. Kennedy. We'll be right back.